Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to have a look at a pawn break example. In Endgame number 92 from the 100 book Endgames You Must Know video series, we did have a look at a simple pawn break example. This is a bit complicated, but still it's pretty easy if you calculate it properly. So pause this video and try to calculate this. I hope you pause this and try to calculate this. So in this example, if white tries to bring their king and try to defend this pawn, that's never going to happen because black king is far closer. It's going to gobble up all these pawns, and this is an easy winning endgame for black if white tries to bring the king. However, the only way white can win this position is to break through the pawns. So now there is two different ways you can break, either b5 or c5. We'll have a look at b5 first. So here white plays b5, and if here black takes the pawn, and it's an easy win because white can simply create a pass pawn. And as you know, according to Endgame 1 from 100 Endgames You Must Know by Jesus de la Villa, this is the square of the pawn. Black is nowhere within the square of the pawn, which means this is an easy win. So going back to the position here, b5. So taking the pawn does not work at all. What happens if black here plays king e2, kind of a waiting move? If that's the case, then you can play c5 for for white. And if here black tends to take the pawn because the pawn is not guarded now, white can simply play here c6, attacking the b7 pawn, and so black is forced to take the c pawn, and here white has a pass pawn and is in time to win easily. So going back to this position, after king e2 c5, we had a look at we'll have a look at d takes c5. It's the same thing. You simply have to play b6, and then a pass pawn is created. So going back to this position here, after c5, what happens if they play king d3, another waiting move? If that's the case here, you have to create a pawn break immediately because the king is very close by. So what you have to do is to play b6, and obviously now the pawn is attacked. If the pawn takes, you take the other pawn and simply go on to win. So as you can see, there are 4 possible continuations in the b5 continuation setup. Now let's go back here to the original position and see what happens if white simply tries to play c5. It's the same setup. You simply do it in the reverse side. So for example, if black takes the pawn, you create a pass pawn, but it's in the opposite side, as you can see. But because black's king is nowhere closer to the pawns, this is an easy winning endgame. So going back to this position, what happens if black tries to wait? If that's the case, you play b5, and after d takes c5, what is the correct move? You simply have to play b6, attacking the c pawn, and if the pawn is captured, you have a pass pawn well in time to create a queen. Going back to this position here, and here black plays a waiting move, and after b5, black here plays king d3, trying to attack these pawns here. Now it's white's turn to really come and break through. So the correct move is to play b6. If black takes the pawn, you have another pass pawn on the d file, and this is an easy winning endgame. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and it's bye for now.